What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here. In this one, we're going to be talking about how everybody watching this can get themselves up to a place where they can start comfortably making about $1,000 per day in the market. Now, with that being said, those of you guys that have watched my content for an extended period of time, you're going to be thinking about that statement and be like, well, how does that make a lot of sense from what you have said in the past about what you should be thinking about in trading? I got you guys. We're going to go through everything that is completely relevant to actually getting yourselves to a place where this is actually possible. You're going to see so many things on social media that are honestly leading everybody in the wrong direction, doing things for clicks and views and trying to glamorize trading in a way that is setting people up for failure, which is absolutely not what I'm going to do here at all. So let's get into it. Again, if you guys enjoy these videos here, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe for more if you guys do enjoy these. But let's take a look. So, making $1,000 per day trading. Now, first we need to set some foundational principles. I say this all the time in all of the streams that I do and all the videos that I've made and to all of the students that I have taught over the years. In order to generate different results than everybody else, remember, the vast majority of traders that come into the market fail. It's 90 to 99%. You need to think and act differently than everybody else. Imagine there were 10 traders in the market, 9 of them are failing aggressively, and 1 of them is having success. What most people will do in the market is say, I'm just going to go and do what those 9 people are doing. Now, that might just seem like a completely illogical thing to do, but that is what most people are actually doing. So what does it actually look like when you actually start to think differently and apply the principles that we're going to start talking about throughout in this video here? Well, we can take a look at some of the testimonials that I have from all the students that I've taught over the years. Ben making $26,000 in a month. And again, not trying to sell you anything in this video here, guys. My all of my education, my private streams, they're waitlist only. I don't think I'm going to be unveiling any more spots anytime soon. If you guys are interested in getting 2 of the most powerful strategies and courses on the market right now, my private live streams, my watch list, where I basically telling you guys which stocks are about to explode before they do every single week. I do have that wait list down below, so if you're interested, go check that out. But this is what it looks like when you start actually applying some of these principles. So everything that you think about being a trader is wrong. There's a couple of quotes here that I've heard a couple of times in the past where people just come in and say, well, I can just come in to the market every day, see my setup, and make $1,000. It's not how it works. Sorry. A lot of people think that's the way that this works with us doing this on a day-to-day basis, but that is far from the truth. Now, the other thing that is very, very dangerous for you as a trader is to say, I have a daily goal of X% per day or X dollars per day. Now, again, I know you see the title of this video here of, oh, making $1,000 per day trading, and I just said that having these goals is actually very dangerous. I'm going to go through exactly why, but actually how you can get yourselves to that point without actually focusing on the money, because that is not the most important part. Now, your brain has been poisoned from social media, giving you this false expectation of what trading is. Now, it doesn't matter what strategy you're trading. All of these concepts that we're going to be discussing are going to help you. Now, going off of that 1% capital or 1% gains per day notion that we've just discussed here, well, let's take a look at this. Well, this is a compound interest calculator. If you started out with about $10,000 of capital here, there's 252 trading days a year, and you were to compound that 1% every single day, well, you'd end up at the end of that year with about $122,000. Now, do you really think it's all that realistic to turn $10,000 into $122,000 in a year? No. Now, thinking backwards here and kind of going walking backwards, honestly, and saying, okay, if this is the goal that you're setting for yourself, and that's going to be, think about how difficult it is going to be in order to compound those gains every single day, week, month, quarter. Well, it's going to be so hard to catch up. Now, what that actually causes you to do is make very, very poor decisions in the present. Even though you're thinking with that long-term vision, you're having unrealistic expectations with the capital that you have, which is something that all of you guys need to avoid. Now, when we move on to this next part here, this is another one of the problems that new traders have. They're undercapitalized. So even though having that 1% daily goal is unrealistic and leads to this poor decision making, because you'll never be able to catch up to that to that schedule of what you'll need to make in order to generate those 1% returns per day, This is going to lead you up to a period of frustration, again, making poor decisions. So again, the minimum amount of capital that you would need to have in your trading account to potentially average about 1% or $1,000 per day over time is going to be about $100,000 to $150,000. Now, most of you guys are not going to have access to that amount of capital. So this is kind of where prop firms comes in. If you have the ability to trade and you've proven to yourself on some smaller accounts or on demo that you are able to generate profits in the market, well, you can then go the prop firm route. Now, again, the best one that I have seen, especially in the futures space, is My Funded Futures. If you guys are interested in that, there's also a link down in the description if you guys are interested there. But the main problem with new traders is going to be the way that you think. You're viewing trading in the completely wrong way. You're focused on the outcome rather than the process of actually entering and executing trades, when the outcome, which is making money, which is what we all are here to do, is the byproduct of that process of execution. It's very similar to going to the gym expecting to be ripped in a few weeks and only eating donuts during that time. Logically, it does not make sense for you to be able to achieve that goal. So there's two main hurdles that you need to overcome if you want to have this long-term success and get yourself up to a place where you can start making this $1,000 per day number. So the first one over here is going to be setting these dollar amounts and percentage goals. You need to get over that hump of saying, well, and I know it sounds counterintuitive. You guys all watching this video right now want to be making $1,000 per day, and that might be your goal. But if you're only focused on the outcome and money, but more importantly, again, right here, there's two things. More importantly, you're focused on making money fast, you're gonna fail. You have to really, really enjoy the process of executing trades because that's what the most important thing is. Now, also, if you're using money that is generated to gauge your performance as a trader and not the things that actually make up a successful trader to be able to scale to $100 days, $1,000 days, $10,000 days, well, you're also going to be failing as well. Think about it like this. If I were to take a small amount of risk on an earnings trade, gambled it, it played out in my favor, and I made 10, 15, 20 grand, and I'm using money to determine my progress and my overall success level and performance as a trader, well, that one trade doesn't really tell me anything about what I understand about my system, my psychology, my risk management. So again, there's more things that we need to discuss here. So having this short-term mindset is the exact reason why so many are failing in the market. Now, trading is never about the money. It's always about three main things that should be your main focus at all times. Taking high quality A+ level setups, having the long-term vision as I discussed in that prior YouTube video I released earlier for you guys this week, and the ability to manage risk. Now, your job as a trader is to manage execution. Because again, you all should have whatever strategy you guys want to trade. I know it's going to make it a lot easier for you guys if you are using the things that I've built and shown you guys just how powerful they are through all of that testing and through giving you guys those watch lists every single week, finding stocks that are about to explode before they actually do. But it doesn't matter what strategy it is. You have to make sure that you have that data backing you so that you can understand that the outcome of one individual trade is meaningless. And again, I say this all the time too. Your only job in the market is to be a steward of your system. It is not up to you. Your system decides whether or not you should take the trade or not. So money, again, is the byproduct of good decision making. Without that, you not only don't make money, but it is highly likely that you lose. Focusing on only taking high quality trades in your execution is the only path to consistency and profitability, no matter what strategy you decide to trade. Now let's get into this second hurdle, which is probably the most important hurdle here that you guys are going to need to overcome, but this is exactly how you're going to do it. Hurdle 2. Now, I know some of you still have not heard me yet, and you're still thinking about, 1% per day because I heard somebody say this and that should be your goal. Stop. You need to throw that out. That is not going to help you. The main reason why you guys are still watching videos on YouTube like this surrounding trading is because you are not having that success that you want. So if that's what you're doing, you're still watching videos not having success, you obviously need to change something. So the other thing is that trading is not a fixed income instrument. If you want fixed income in the market, go buy government securities. Now, I know that not a lot of you, and honestly, I would say probably zero, have the ability to go out buy government securities that are going to pay you $1,000 per day, because it's going to take you a couple $1,000,000. So all of you need to start thinking differently, and this is what these videos are for. And you need to think differently in a way that I don't think a lot of people are able to think about, because a lot of it is subconscious. So you have to think differently here, as I say, in a way that you never have. Now, it's a bold statement, but here's exactly how I know this. All of you have been through some form of education system and have probably held some form of job throughout your lifetime. Now, the behaviors that those types of activities cause you to do are a few things. One, with school and a job, there are a certain amount of tasks that you need to perform every single day in order to either maintain your employment status, pass a class, get the grade that you want in order to start moving up. Now, that type of thought process, going into every single day thinking that there is something to do, you have to do something in order to start getting to where you want to go, is absolutely terrible for trading. It's the exact opposite. Sometimes in the market, the best thing to do is do absolutely nothing. Now, how is that going to fit in to you making $1,000 a day? Well, you have to shift your frame of mind a little bit and think about how that $1,000 per day number is not a day-to-day basis. It's an average over time. It's not, oh, I made $1,000 a day. That means I can make $1,000 a day in the market. You will see this constantly from these creators on the internet that have one big day and they say, oh, look, I make $15,000 every day. It's like, no, you don't. You had one interesting day. You probably gambled some earnings, and now you're going to go try and flaunt this to everybody, making them think that this is what you generate every single day and making them think that trading is a fixed income instrument, which is absolutely not the case. But that thought process of coming into the market every single day and saying, hey, I have to accomplish things. You don't. It's a tough thing to do and say, okay, the market is not giving me that A+ setup opportunity that I need, so I'm going to sit back on my hands and do the main thing that is going to separate you from being a failing trader and a successful trader, and that is preserving capital. So let's think about this $1,000 per day and what you actually need to accomplish it. Well, obviously, you're going to need some capital, and prop firms can actually help out with that. You pay that small fee, you pass their test, you go in, you get access to your account, and you're able to take those payouts if you have already proven to yourself that you're a successful trader. But in general, in order to get up to that point, you have to change the way that you are thinking. So obviously, the second will be to throw out those thoughts of making money aside and look at the market for what it is. It's a series of opportunities. That's all it is. The market, every single tick up, down, structure, everything, all it is a series of opportunities, and you have to decide which of those opportunities to take. Your job is to look at the market and decide where you have the best chance of success according to your strategy and execute with the appropriate risk management. If you want to have long-term success in the market, that is all you should be thinking about. Where is the high quality trade? Where is the risk? And how am I going to make sure that I'm able to repeat this process and execute this over time? Because at the end of the day, your only job in the market is to be a steward of your system. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. If you have any questions, comment down below and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.